The Curse of the Waist Bead. Once upon a time, in the town of Bafo, there appeared a woman no one knew. No father, no mother, no past. Only beauty. Skin that glowed like sunrise, eyes like midnight rivers. But her deadliest weapon was not her beauty. It was the waist bead that clung to her hips. Every step she took, the bead jingled softly, and men lost their minds. They fought, they spent, they begged, forgetting their wives, their homes, their souls. Her name was Cami, and her smile was a trap. Tali was the richest merchant in Bafo. He owned gold, fabrics, spices. His wealth stretched farther than the river. But the day he saw Cami, his fortune began to burn. He sent her gifts of silk and jewels, but she refused. Desperate, he begged. Finally, she followed him home. That night, when he reached for her waist bead, she whispered, "Never take it off. It makes me sweeter." Blinded by lust, he obeyed. By morning, his warehouses had burned to ash. By night, a storm crushed his mansion. Within days, the wealthiest man in town was reduced to a beggar, and Kami's waist bead jingled on. Next was King Okoli, a ruler feared by enemies, loved by his people. When Kami entered his palace courtyard, even the drums slowed. She refused his gifts. If the king wants me, he must come himself. And so the mighty king went, heart in hand. That night, he too lay beside her. That night, he too heard the whisper, "It makes me sweeter." Within a week, his warriors sickened, his cattle died, his chiefs betrayed him. By the seventh night, his people stormed the palace gates with torches. King Okoli fled into the forest, crownless, powerless, forgotten, and Kami's waist bead jingled on. Then came Benji, a man blessed by the gods, young, wealthy, happily married with children. Until he heard the jingle, he forgot his family, his honor, his name. That night, Cami claimed him. The next morning, his boss accused him of theft. By evening, his wife and children were gone. Within a week, his name was nothing but shame in the dust. And Cami's waist bead jingled on. 17 men had fallen, merchants, warriors, leaders. Some lost their riches, others their minds. Wives became widows, children became beggars. Yet the men of Bafo did not learn. They told themselves, "It will not happen to me." And so they chased her still, each one sealing his fate. But Cami's bead was not just an ornament, it was a curse, a witch's gift. For every man she lay with, she stole his fortune, his blessings, his life. She needed 21 men to complete her power. Only 4 remained. Then came Bulma. Unlike the others, he feared no woman, loved no woman. He had married 15 wives, and each one left him, but he did not care. That night, Cami lay in his bed, certain of victory. She whispered her line, "It makes me sweeter." But Bulma narrowed his eyes. "Take it off." Cami blinked. No man had. Cami blinked. No man had ever asked. She tried to seduce, to charm, to whisper, but Bulma's voice was cold. "No bead, no me." Then he moved faster than her trickery. His hands snapped the bead. Crack! Cami screamed. Her body twisted, her face burned with terror. For the first time, the predator looked like prey. The townspeople gathered as she wailed. Her voice tore through the night. "I was nothing. Hungry, poor, forgotten. My grandmother was a witch. She gave me this bead. For every man I lay with, I stole his blessings. 21 men. When I reached 21, I would be unstoppable. Bulma was supposed to be the last. But the bead was broken, her power destroyed. The people of Bafo did not pity her. They stoned her that night in the square. Beauty turned to dust, her cries swallowed by the crowd. At last, Cami lay lifeless, the cursed waist bead broken at her side. But the curse did not leave with her. The men she destroyed never recovered. The wealth never returned. The madness never lifted. And on dark nights, when the wind blows through Bafo, people still swear they hear it. The faint, ghostly jingle of a waist bead. Morale. Not everything that glitters is gold. Some beauty hides a curse.